We're live. So, hey everyone, thanks for stopping by this evening. I'm not sure who's here. The lovely Chris is here. Hi, Chris. Thanks for stopping by on a Friday evening. Emmay and I were just talking behind the scenes and forgot that it's 4:00. So here we are. I forgot to ask you if you brought a cocktail.
I kind of did.
Drink?
My body very sadly does not enjoy alcohol anymore as much as my mouth does.
Yes.
So I have a cosmic cranberry kombucha in a wine glass.
Ooh, yes. I just have water. I just have water tonight. I'm really, really tired today. And I thought if I drink a glass of wine, I'm going to be silly and I'm going to fall asleep. Oh, Donna's here. Hey.
Donna.
Chris says, so excited for this. Two wonderful people in one place. Thank you. Oh,
I was watching Chris's video. I didn't finish all of it, but the talk he gave about the tarot teaching. So that was fun.
I have to do the spread from last night. Last night, I usually am in that live and like paying attention. And last night I couldn't. I was multitasking at that time. But Chris Mark came in and he heard you talking and he said, that has to be Chris. Never met him before. He's like, that has to be Chris from Elemental Cartomancy talking.
Absolutely.
So that's the way it is. So Emmay and I were talking before about, so I live in Pennsylvania, for those of you who live overseas. And hi, Maru. So I live in Pennsylvania and Emmay lives in New York, which is the state right above us. And she lives quite close to New York City. And what do I want? Okay, so some of you may be old enough to remember the Dick Van Dyke Show. And Dick and Laura Petrie lived in a city that was not far from where Emmay lives.
I think the other touchdown people usually will recognize, if you've ever seen the movie Big, at the end when he's on the boardwalk, or where he gets the Zohan message on the long boardwalk. That's at Rye Playland, and that's about 2 miles from me.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about Buddhism and tarot back here a little bit, and Emmy's had an interesting life. I want to know how you got into tarot along the way, but I also want to know how, like you were telling me that you went to grad school in Manhattan and then you kind of got this accidental career in finance, but for a while you had your dream job.
I did.
And what was that?
Well, my early, I guess, practice, which I didn't realize at the time was also kind of a spiritual practice, I studied music, classical music, mostly as a clarinetist, like a classical clarinetist. And that's what I moved to New York City to go to grad school for. And at some point in that process, I got a job playing in the orchestra pit for a chorus line on tour in Europe, which was a heck of a lot of fun, very grueling. And I thought it was my dream job, and everything about it was a dream except the actual job. Because it was so repetitive and like the schedule was rough. That working at night thing was rough for me. And I didn't give it up voluntarily. What happened is it was probably like 1991, 92, and there was that kind of mini recession. Yeah. And they just stopped sending us out on tour. So at that point, I started doing temp jobs, and I ended up, as many people in the New York area do, working in a corporate finance kind of job, which I've had for the last 30 years and is going to come to a close soon.
That'll be nice. Are you looking forward to retirement?
Yeah, the main reason is there's not enough hours in the day for me anymore with everything that I'm interested in, and even not so interested, even just like taking care of living in a body as it's getting a little older.
Yeah, I find that too. I find the same thing. They're like before long, the day's just over, and I haven't. There's a lot of time. There's just not enough hours in the day. Let's see who's come in and what's everybody got in their cups. So we said hello to Chris and Maru and Donna, and Robin's here. Hi, Robin. And Maru's in Ohio.
Wow.
Yes, you're next door. You're next door to me. I lived in Akron for a year, Maru. I'm not sure how close you are to there. My best friend lives in Canton. Canton. Oh, everybody's saying hello to everybody. So while everybody's saying hi, so how did you get into tarot? How did that all happen?
Well, I think I was always interested in this realm of things and the magic and the witchiness and the tarot things, but I never had like an entry point. And I did have those old things in my head, like, somebody has to give you a deck, you have to memorize all these things. Um, so after my kids got out of high school and were in college, I was looking for, new hobbies. I had time on my hands, and I started taking writing classes. And I've been in poetry workshops for about the last 10 years. And when the summers would come, because I didn't study literature in college, I would go off to like these 1 week seminars here and there.
Nice.
And if you're ever in a room full of poets and you say, "Does anybody have a tarot deck?" It's like asking for a cigarette on the sidewalk in front of a punk show. It's like they all come out of the pocket, and um, that was kind of my license. That this is for the first inkling that this is for everyone. This is something that is a useful tool. This is something just to explore and be creative with. And yeah, that's how that
To have fun
about.
with it too.
Mm-hmm.
To have
Yeah.
to have fun with it too. It's funny. So I know that I have visual impairment, and I had the orientation and mobility specialist was here this week because it looks like I'm going to be a person with a white cane, at least on my own. I've named
Yeah.
her already. She's not here yet, but she's named Jane the Cane. And I was going to call her Dick the Stick, but I just didn't think that was very nice. Um, so I need to embrace this part of my life. But anyway, so here's this young man in my house, and in my living room, that's where all my tarot decks are on my bookshelf. And he saw them and he said, "My wife reads tarot." And I said, "Oh, you and I are going to get along." And
Perfect.
so, yeah, it was great. Yep, out of nowhere. So
Mm-hmm.
so did you say that you did know, um no, you did have those superstitions, or you did
Yeah,
not?
I thought that, I guess it never dawned on me that I should walk into a shop and buy a deck. It just never dawned on me. And I think I was a little skeeved by some of the new aginess of the 1980s.
Mm,
And, it just never occurred. This was, partly my own inhibitions of feeling, or the way I used to feel like you need to be an expert in something before you enter the room. That's something I
mm,
have on, and
I
be
had
able to say,
that.
"I know nothing, please teach me."
Yep.
So I had to get myself in that space. But yeah, I thought, oh, that's for certain kinds of people who are either psychic or whatever, had it handed down in the family. It just never even crossed my mind that I could just go get a deck.
That's fine. I'd say
Until
I never knew any of the superstitions because
Mhm.
I never knew about tarot until I was 40.
Yeah.
And so I just walked into the store and said, "Hey, I need a tarot deck."
That's the way to do it. I didn't really know the superstitions. They were just accidentally, and some of them were embedded somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. So what kind of decks do you gravitate toward a certain deck, a certain type of deck?
I think I really gravitate to the decks where I know who made the art and how they made it and why.
Oh,
And, you know, there's definite exceptions to that. But I really like to know, um, like if someone, and it doesn't always mean that I'll like it. I mean, there's whatever preferences and affinities beyond that. But kind of the first stop for me is how did you make this art?
so do you like a deck with a book?
The book is optional for me.
Okay.
It depends, like, if they're really going if it's a, you know, kind of a Rider-Waite-Smith based thing, I'm not too concerned with the book because I have trust me, we've got a few books. I don't know, but do you have a lot of books on this topic?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have a few. Um,
Yeah.
I do like a book, like if someone's really taking an artistic direction, I do like a book that kind of talks about their work a little bit in alongside the card meaning.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. I really okay, so one of the best books that I think came in a deck and is the Jurgcraft Tarot. That book, I think I even have it.
Yeah.
I have it like I keep it around just
Yeah, mine
so
was
that I
just
can grab it. It's got great basic Rider-Waite-Smith, but it's also got the history of
mhm,
all the pagany Celtic symbolism in it too. I really love that deck, and um, Chris asked me about the Anna Kay yesterday, and that is one of my favorite decks also, and I love that book. And Chris, I don't know if you said this yesterday, but I can't. The Anna Kay is out of print. I can't find it at. Um, I think it was a Llewellyn deck. That was the thing. Donna says that was the thing that surprised me most when I started meeting more tarot people. Their day jobs would be totally, could be
yeah.
anything. Yeah, could be most anything at all, for
And you
sure.
and you used to feel you weren't woo enough for tarot, and yeah, I definitely am with you there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you probably still can get the indie one. That indie deck, though, I have the indie deck as well, and I think those cards are bridge sized. They're small little
Mm.
cards, and the book isn't as good, which is wild. The book is like it's almost like a pamphlet. Um, the book for the Llewellyn deck is much better, but yeah, I do. I like a book as well. I'm really well. I've said this over and over. I'm really frustrated with this guy because
Mm.
there's no book, and I wish that there was a book to explain some of the art. I love the art in this deck, though. Do you have
It
it?
just no, I don't have that one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I
I think.
I love I loved the video that you did about having the seance recently. You did that, I think.
Oh, that was Rumor Haven did the original video for that, which was just so fun.
Oh wow. If you guys haven't seen this spread, it's too long to do tonight, but
Yeah.
if you haven't seen this spread, go over to Emmy's channel, and if one of the mods could put Emmy's channel in the um stick it in the chat.
Hmm.
Yeah, people go over there and watch her video on that. It was so much fun. It was really
Oh,
cool.
thank you. Yeah, and then go follow the hashtag back to Rumor Haven, who did the original, and I
That's right.
think there's RVRs out there too, which are really fun. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Chris, for
Thanks,
doing
Chris.
that. And Chris said he got the Daydream Tarot. Oh, for your birthday. Oh, you'll have to tell me about what you think of some of the cards. Like, yeah. like the Nine of Pentacles. There are some cards that are just, they don't, uh, it's kind of Rider-Waite-Smithy, but not. So what did you do for Samhain, Emma? Did you sell it? And in chat, tell me what you did for Samhain.
Yeah, Samhain was a little odd for me this year. I put out an ancestor altar, and it got a little intense because I have some recent departures, one from over the summer and one from the end of September. So I didn't try to do any communication this year because the veil was already opened by going through these, the 2 deaths in a row. But I put the altar out, and it was just, I made a special, what do we call it? Like a dressed candle,
Oh, nice.
and
Yeah.
put white flowers out for offering. So I kept it kind of quiet and just as kind of like a meditative space where I would stop in over the period of, I want to say, like about 2 weeks. And a practice that someone recommended is just to, stand there for a minute or so and just thank everyone and light the candle and say, thank you for walking before me.
Yep.
So, yeah, I know no big ceremonies, no dumb supper, just kind of like
I did the same. I didn't set up an ancestor altar per se, but I did set up an altar for Samhain, and I lit a candle, and it was very simple. I just lit a candle and sat on my cushion and thanked my ancestors for, basically for giving me life and for walking with me on this path. And I feel for me, especially with my grandmother and my mother and my aunt, I feel the veil is thin so much of the time. Like I really feel them with me. That I didn't do a whole lot either. Did you do anything for the full moon? Do you usually do anything for the full moon?
So my like witchery practice is, I think that started around the same time as I really buckled down with the tarot. So I would have been around like the middle of 2019. I took a class in elemental witchcraft with a local person who was my mentor, and then I kind of stayed in year and a day things with her for a couple of years. And for the first couple of years, it was like, I am going to do all the things. Every full moon, I'm dragging all my rocks out into the yard, raising the curtains. I'm taking a ritual bath out in my yard, dumping water over my head.
Yes, I'm anointing myself with all the oil.
All the stuff. I'm making my oils. I'm making selenite oil. And I was in a practice group with a bunch of writers during COVID. And we did like moon gatherings. But since then, I think maybe finding my footing more in all of my practices, everything is much more simplified. And I think most of it really does focus on the divination for me, and especially the divination supporting my creative practices. Yeah. So I will usually do full moon. I usually will do a spread that I find floating around, and same with like dark moon.
Yeah. Full moon, I usually for the last 3 months, and it just so happens that it coincided with 2 of the super moons, I put out moon water, and I did put crystals out, but I haven't done that in a long time. So it was nice to have them out there.
And you usually drink some of the water, you said? I was just watching your moon practice.
I do. Video. I drink some of it. I give some to Henry. I water the plants with it. You can anoint yourself with it. I thought it would be cool to kind of like rinse my hair with it. Yeah. But yeah, and the same. I mean, I'm really finding in my old age that we just don't need a lot of stuff. We can use what we have, and that practice doesn't have to be, we don't have to make it a religion. We don't have to make it, we don't need the falderall. It can be very, very simple. And what it's about is the intent, right? I always say energy follows intent. So yeah. My new moon practice, I I have a journal kind of spread that I do for the new moon. I used to do a really elaborate one for the full moon too, but I don't do that one anymore. I should get back to that because it was really creative, and I'm not creative like with painting or collage or anything like that is not my, I don't think about to go to that. But when I do it, I love it.
Mhm.
So, but I do a moon thing where I cut a moon out, and underneath that moon, I write the things that I want to release. And then I put that moon over top of it and like glue it
Ooh,
down
okay. I
and
like
say,
that.
and so it is done, drew a line under that.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's and I usually write about the moons so I remember. And at the new moon is usually when I pick a goddess to work with too.
Yeah, yeah, I do that too. I use that the Dark Goddess Tarot.
Oh yeah.
What I primarily use that for is that I will pull one card on every new moon, and to say who will guide me through the month.
Okay, I sent a message to my husband to please come get the dog, but I don't think he got the message. So I'm just going to let the dog out because if you hear him, he's banging the
Okay.
bell. I don't know if anybody watched my video, and I can't remember which video it was. It might have been a Monday mantra, but it was one of my videos. And this dog was banging the bells through the whole thing, and it got to be it was like a a battle of wills. I'm going to do this video, and I don't care if you ring the bells.
Oh dear. I'm just gonna look at the comment section. So, oh, Chris read. Oh, you read at the market on Halloween Eve evening. That's great. And
There we
Donna,
go.
yeah. Oh, Donna, you just got the Dark Goddess Tarot over the summer. Yeah, I've had it for a long time, and what I finally settled into using it for is that once a month card. I love the book. I'm assuming you got the mass market and not a copy of the indie, but I think the book is so good. So hopefully you find a way to welcome it.
I may have to, that may be a deck that I have to peruse and
Hmm.
find my way to.
Yeah. Yeah. The book.
What did you
The book.
say?
Donna says the book looks juicy.
Yes.
It is, but not overwhelming. It's very well laid out. I think as part of the beauty of it, it's like, an enlarged image of the card on one side, and then on the print page is kind of a summary of that goddess, and then some action points or, workings or practices you might do to honor the fact that you drew that card. So,
So I started working with the Morrigan for Samhain,
mm,
and that was not my plan. My plan was to work with Boudica, but
mm-hmm.
I woke up one morning and I woke up hearing this voice saying the Morrigan, and that was a little random. So I thought, okay, well, I better listen to that. So I had the deck, the Call of the Morrigan. So I'm working with that deck, and it's really interesting. I'm learning a lot with that too.
I think that's the card I pulled this month because I believe that the Morrigan is the what we would call usually the Emperor card, and in the Dark Goddess is called Sovereignty.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can imagine that she would be that card for sure. And then Chris for the winter months, after the solstice, I want to work with the Kaliak.
Mm.
So what
I've
do you,
had what's his name? Christopher Hughes? Is that his name? Am I getting it wrong? Has the beautiful giant book about the Kaliak?
oh,
Oh
I'll
no,
have-
am I getting it? No, I'm sorry. That's the Caradwin book. Apologies. I
oh, I
mixed
like
them.
Peregrine too.
Yeah, yeah. He has an amazing book about Caradwin.
Oh, wow. Books, and more books.
Why I need to retire.
You literally got called, Julie. I did. I
Yeah.
did literally get called. What did you do for Samhain, Donna and Chris and Robin, if you're here? What did you guys do for Samhain? We had no kids come for trick or treat.
No.
Do you have kids come?
I used to, but now I'm the lady that turns out her lights out
Yeah,
in the
didn't have
dark.
we didn't have lights on either. We had one person come to the door and it was our neighbor. It was so that's fine. And I did take some candy over to the little boy next door,
Aw.
but I didn't even hear kids outside like
Mm-hmm.
going up and down the street. And that's been since COVID. We haven't had kids come up and down the street. So,
Yeah, it seems to change too with the kids age in and out of things.
yeah.
Even staying in the same place for a while. There'll be years when there's tons of little kids, and then they all grow up and disappear. So,
Oh, Donna said they had only a few kids. First one was a tiny witch.
aw.
It's so sweet. Do you, Chris, do kids trick or treat in Scotland? I mean, I know it's a real American thing, but do they trick or treat in Scotland? And you watched horror movies. That Bennett watches horror movies too. I don't do the horror thing. I don't even watch scary movies. The scariest movie I would say that I've watched would be, and I loved it too, but it was more of a psychological thing. It was oh, this is Robin says I'm from India. Hi Robin.
Hi,
Um uh oh, The Sixth Sense. I like
oh,
I like those kind of movies. Oh, they definitely do. Oh, you
oh,
trick or
cool.
treated when you were little. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, I'm so glad. Like I heard that over in the UK that it's not so much. I was
hmm.
watching somebody that lives in Wales and they said that um as a kid, she's younger than I am, but probably in her 40s. She said as a kid they didn't have pumpkins and her dad would carve a Swede, which
Mm.
I think is a rutabaga.
Rutabaga.
I
Yeah.
think we call it a rutabaga. Yeah. It looks like everybody had a really kind of easy and laid back Samhain, and that's really good.
Mhm.
You love horror films. If you ever
Yeah.
visit Scotland, okay, I'll tell him. He might. You never know. He's been to Ecuador, so you never know. He might get over to you. All right. Well, do you have a spread for us?
I did bring a spread,
Okay.
and it's based on, so I'm going to pronounce her name wrong, but Linda Spemann, who is the creator of the Outgrow Yourself
Ooh.
Tarot. She's in Sweden. Um, she had posted a 3 card spread that she didn't really name the occasion for. So I've kind of adopted it and made it into a 4 card spread. And thinking of Samhain and our return to standard time and the shortening days, I'm thinking of it as the deepening dark spread.
Okay, the deepening dark spread. I'm going to
Deepening
use my
dark.
Daydream Tarot.
You're going to use your daydream
I
tarot. Okay.
am. What are you guys going to use in the chat? What decks are you going to use to do the spread with? Hopefully you're going to do the spread with us. I know Donna will. I'm pretty sure Chris will.
Oh, and I will mention for the 4th card, if you want to use an oracle, that will work, but that is completely optional. use tarot for all four. So
Okay.
I'm gonna use the Visionary Woman Tarot for my
Ooh,
first three.
nice.
Okay, so the first prompt or position, Linda noted it as awake from the dead. So that's something that as we go into the darker months, you should dig up or unearth, whether that's a practice or an aspect of yourself or a goal, but something to awaken that is currently dormant.
This is crazy. I before I came on to StreamYard, I usually when I do a wine and tarot, I usually pull a card and ask, what do I need to know about this live? And I pulled the Queen of Swords for my card to what should I know? And I thought, okay, this is going to be really juicy. It's going to be really like an intellectual discussion, and it's going to be. I'm so excited about that. So I just did it again. I just pulled the same card. So Queen of Swords. What do I need to unearth?
Yeah. And I got the Knight of Wands. I've been getting the page a lot, but the Knight feels a little more urgent to me. So time to get moving. Which I was mentioning to Jilly before we came on live that I had a reading done a couple of weeks ago, and the person that was reading the rune cards for me said that even though we're going into the dark times in the winter, you should do the opposite, and you need to be. This is the time for you to act. So I love that I got this one for
That's
this prompt of what
well,
to what
and
to do.
didn't she say too that as you're going into the summer, you need to go inward, and that's sort of what
Yeah,
you do
yeah,
naturally.
exactly. Yeah, perfect.
It
So
was.
let's. Chris has the High Priestess reversed. Wow.
Oh. So, what do you need to dig up or unearth with the High Priestess reversed?
Mm.
I don't know because I don't do reversals. Do you know? What do you think, Emma?
I'm only starting to try to give reversals a hug because after many years, Mary Greer tried to talk us into it.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's all about applying like a consistent thing to how you're going to read it. So I've started, if I get a reversal, to say that's something that's delayed and just to see how that works out. But I'm not going to impose that on how Chris reads his card.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm curious what Chris would make of the reversal of a high
Me
priestess.
too. Oh,
Yeah.
Robin, I'm sorry we weren't doing tarot readings tonight, and I hope you have a good night.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping.
Yes, definitely.
Hmm.
I'm
Oh,
waiting.
yeah. Oh, Donna was grabbing a deck. Yeah, Donna, the first question was called Awake from the Dead. Um, what you should, Chris typed it in.
Dig up or unearth.
Yeah, what should we dig up or unearth as we kind of roll into the darkness? Oh, she saw it now. Okay.
I really had a problem with this Queen of Swords card in the beginning because I've not seen a Queen of Swords card, I don't believe, where the sword isn't being held up and kind of over her heart. But I think I do think this card speaks to that. She still kind of has her, she's folded and guarded right over her heart too. This is like Mama didn't raise no fool.
Yeah. And it is like almost like this planting. You could use that sword to dig right into the ground.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And she's also kind of got it planted in front of her like a boundary too, like don't cross it. Don't come any closer.
Yeah. Oh, so Chris said, High Priestess reverse for me means there's information that's being kept hidden or something that needs to be said that isn't being said. So that needs to be addressed, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. Something
Oh, and
that.
Donna got the Knight of Cups. Ooh. Donna got
Nice.
the Knight of Cups. That's such a nice card for this. So action where your emotions and passions and creativity lie. Donna, do you paint? I know you color because you're doing the coloring pages from the Crohn's Compass, but do you paint?
Okay, we can do the next one.
Yep. Okay.
The next card number 2, Linda called it What Makes You Feel Alive, which is another way I would look at that is, what are you holding on to during the dark months? What's your light? So what makes you feel truly alive? Uh-oh. She's laughing.
I'm telling you, this is one of those times, you guys, where I'm like, nope, this cannot be the right card. I need to draw again because I got the 10 of Swords. But I'll tell you what. So with the 10 of Swords, here's what it is for me. And I think this card does depict this well, too. This depicts this person standing and looking at the light, looking at the sunrise. And so for me, during these dark months, what keeps me alive is knowing that I've just got to get to the solstice. And once the solstice comes, the light returns. And then, we have Yule, and then February is Imbolc, and I can start getting all my lights and the seed starters going. And so that's what keeps me going, is to look up and see and know that the light returns.
Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't need a new card. What did you get?
I got the 10 of Wands.
Oh.
So I had the Knight of Wands, and now I've got the 10 of Wands, and I think it's still with this, like, just being active, like doing stuff. This 10 has the load on their back rather than they're in front of their face, but I think it is almost to, like, don't just plowing through it, right? And keeping myself busy. I think even if it feels like too much, just it's going to help feel kind of rooted and grounded and present. So
okay, so Donna got the Magician reversed. So what does that mean for you, Donna? And Chris got the 2 of Cups. My nearest spending quality time with quality people. Yes.
Yep. Perfect.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Oh, I hear you, Maru. It's okay. So Maru got, let's see. Is that for your first card? I think she said yes.
Yeah.
The first card, she got the Page of Pence from the handle. I was multitasking last night during Chris's live. We have to do what we have to do, And it's dinner time here. I get that. Or getting to be dinner time anyway.
Yeah. So Page of Pentacles, thinking of that page holding that pentacle, it's almost like birthing something that is a gift that you have that hasn't been used, or a talent. There's just something. I always like getting that card.
Or an opportunity that's being presented or will be.
Or something you've put aside. Yeah.
No, Mr. Honey's not making dinner. Friday night is always pizza night. So after we get done here, I'll be making the pizza dough. I'll be putting the pizza dough in, and it usually takes about a half an hour to rise, and then we make pizza together.
Mm-hmm.
The magician being reversed is throwing you off. Chris? I wish I read reversals. Maybe that's what I should do this winter, is learn more about reversals and embrace them. Oh, 2. Okay, so for card 2, which is what are we going to embrace? Maru got the Chariot. So, oh yeah. So for the dark months, embracing movement and balance. And I always say with the Chariot card too, there's a lot of strength that it takes to balance that Chariot. So channeling all of that into, pulling you through those months. We just have to homemade pizza is the best. We only have to get to the solstice. Hey Beth.
Hey Beth. Yeah, and sometimes the Chariot, especially the Rider-Waite-Smith Chariot, I picture that person that's like just so gilded and decorated and overloaded, and it's almost like packing a car to me to go on a trip, but you're still sitting in the driveway. So sometimes I feel like that's maybe some element of preparing. So getting yourself ready for for that solstice, like you said, Jilly.
Yeah.
Getting your stuff in order, your metaphorical packing your metaphorical car for the trip. So.
Yes. All right. Question 3.
Oh, wait a minute. Chris is saying, Donna, you feel alive when you're channeling your magic and pulling lots of reverse. There you go.
We can count on Donna for the reversals for sure.
Maybe the deck is just upside down. Okay, card number
That's
3.
what I would say.
Card number 3 is message from the other side of the veil. And when I hear that, I'm thinking, sure, if you want to try to take, maybe not at this moment, but consider that a message from an ancestor or something. But in my mind, all I kept imagining was that curtain behind the high priestess. So almost like reaching into your deepest intuition, like what's really speaking to you that you're not hearing yet.
Is this the one that we need to draw, that we can use an oracle for, or are we still using the deck?
This is card 3. So I mean, right. You can do whatever you want.
No rules. I love it.
We threw all those rules away.
All right, let's see what she gets from the message from beyond. Oh, geez.
Uh-oh.
This is an uh-oh. So my message is the 3 of Swords.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Like coming through some sorrow. I have had some sorrow in my life over the past couple years that's kind of there, like ambiguous loss,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's there, and it's like this ache in your heart that sort of doesn't go away, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, the message is the 3 is always like a little completion of that. So maybe coming into a time where it eases,
Yeah. Maybe it's ready for you
to cut it.
To have a view of it where you can get the lesson and move on with the lesson, maybe instead of.
Oh, Beth says growth through pain. That's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, It's growth through pain. Oh, your deck is calling you out for poking fun of Donna. Did you get another reversal, Chris? He must have. Oh, 5 of Pence reversed.
Oh my.
Well, 5 of Pence reverse would be like seeing the being able to see where help is coming from. And also I think okay, I feel like my message is to stop
That's
being a martyr and accept and ask for help when you need it. Yes. There's
okay.
that's a good message that the
Mhm.
help is there. Oh, for Maru, 2 cards fell out. 5 of Pence, followed by the 5 of swords. No, the 6 of
Six of
swords. Okay.
Message.
I'm going to put myself on mute because I'm going to go yell for my dog. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm going to catch up on the chat while you're
Okay.
out. So let's say Donna. Oh, Donna said back a couple of messages ago about having a lot of interests. So you have no problem finding something to keep you occupied in the winter. Dust off a skill you haven't used in a while, like painting. That sounds great. Okay, Chris, let's see. That to go through pain. So the 5 of Pence and the 6 of Swords together. That's kind of interesting. So that's 6, right? The getting in the boat and yeah, like you walk in the 5, they're walking past the church in the snow, and then the 6, they're in that boat kind of getting to another place. So maybe it's the message is what's the transport, right? To change your maybe it's I would say maybe a situation that you possibly can't change, but you can change how you're processing it mentally, or is it you can't change whatever, but you can change your mind kind of thing. Now I'm rambling.
Yeah, like moving past that and getting into a calmer place too.
Mm-hmm.
Moving into past that 5 of Pence.
Yeah.
Okay, what's our 4th card?
Wait a minute. So Donna got the High Priestess
Oh,
for card number 3, not reversed.
ooh, that's a good one, Donna.
That is good.
So message. The message is they're behind the veil.
Yeah. I was looking at what tarot? The Mindscapes tarot the other night, and the High Priestess is a beautiful card. It's almost like this carnival with a tent, and there's a child that's lifted up the corner of this tent in this dark night, and there's like a little candle in it, and it's almost made me think like sometimes the priestess has to decide it's time to turn around and like go through that veil too, not
Well,
just
yeah. What deck was that?
Mindscapes.
Okay.
I find that even for me a little visually challenging to make out. It's a little
Yeah.
blurry and very soft colors, but yeah. Okay. Oh, and I had the 7 of Cups.
Ooh. So that's pretty good too. Lots of choices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's telling me to try all the things and not worrying about picking the right one before I do something. So
You tend to overthink.
overthinking.
Same.
Yes. Couple
Same.
of
Or I'm the opposite. I either overthink or I just do it. There's pretty much no in between.
Oh, and Matamaru, you came back and said using your mind to solve my financial issue, and I think that's about that 5 of Pentacles
Yes.
words together. That's good, like that.
Okay, what's the 4th card?
So the 4th card, where you can use an oracle if you want to, but tarot will work, is I'll make this as complicated as I can. An aspiration, affirmation, or intention for the dark months.
An aspiration, affirmation, or
Intention.
intention
And this is something you may want to
for
sit
the
with after you pull the card.
dark months.
I'm kind of cheating and using this tarot that has little sayings on it.
Oh, that's nice. I'm going to go get my. I don't think I have it right next to me.
Yeah, so the purpose of this is to pull a card of whatever nature and kind of give yourself a little work.
I'm
like
going to go run and get my folio. I'll be right back.
Yeah, kind of ending the reading with some empowering homework for yourself. I just had 4 cards fall on the floor. I think that's too many to count. I'm going to keep that.
Okay. Let me see what the folio says.
Autumn Morrow is wearing Yule-themed beads for happy hour.
Ooh, very nice.
I wish we could see them.
Me too. I'm not there yet. I'm kind of annoyed with the Christmas commercials on television. Okay, now I've got to.
So Donna got the death card. Okie dokie, as she says, reconcile myself with change and loss. Yeah, so maybe that's something you can decide. Kind of congeal that into. I guess maybe that's something you check in with yourself on at a certain period, like maybe once a week on Tuesday morning at 11 o'clock. I'm gonna say, how am I doing with all that change and loss? Just a way to kind of ground it.
Okay. I got loyal friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't read the bottom message yet. That's the card.
Ooh, that's such a.
You guys can probably read it. Can you read that? The message on the bottom?
No.
Or is it too small?
It's a little tiny.
Okay.
So I switched to the Outgrow Yourself deck, which is a Thoth deck that also has, I guess, mottos at the top. And I got the Princess of Discs, which I was just saying how much I love that card. And it says, risk everything to gain everything.
Ooh.
And I'm going to tie that back to what I was thinking about the 7 of Cups, is not overthinking things so much and not being so rooted in not doing something until I know it's going to be a successful outcome, and just, risk being a little more daring.
Yeah. The loyal friend, I think, is a reminder to me that I do have community and I do have people around me in the dark months, for sure. Yeah. Beth says, calm down, capitalism, and let us have Thanksgiving first.
Seriously.
Yeah, remember when we were little and we didn't have Christmas until after Thanksgiving? Remember that? It's nice.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Such a pretty card. This is the Folia. It was a Kickstarter Oracle deck. Arcana Folia, it's called.
So Chris got the 3 of Pentacles reversed, getting satisfaction from the act of doing the work and not what you're getting out of it. Okay.
I like that. What did Maru get?
the description of the beads, is this what this is? Chrysoberyl, ruby zoisite, and strawberry quartz. So they're gold red.
Ooh, I love ruby and zoisite.
Yeah.
Okay. Madame Maru got 20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the 3 of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
Need to keep in touch with friends. Same. Yeah. Same. Yeah, we need to make sure that we show up in the lives too for each other. That's where the party is. It's in the chat. Oh my goodness. All right. I am so happy that you came to visit me today. And everybody, oh, you're welcome. And you guys can post your cards over in the Little Zen Crone book. And Maru, I'm not sure if you have Facebook. Just look me up and I will get you into, or look up Little Zen Crone and we'll make sure that you get an entrance in there. It's just under Facebook groups. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you again, Emmay, for coming on. It was really fun. It was nice. It was like a nice calming sort of night. And maybe that's because it's getting darker earlier. Like it's almost dark now, and I feel really calm. And I'm gonna go make pizza dough, and yeah,
we have to lean into the cozy. And
yes.
And like you kept saying, you just have to get, it's only 6 weeks before the days start to get
longer again. Yeah.
It's a short period.
Yeah. We have this fun thing that happens. Mark and I went for the first time last year. It's called the Winter Solstice Walk. It's like a little hike that one of the state parks does. And it was 1.5 miles around this lake, and they lit the whole trail with luminaries, batteries. So, and nice. It had snowed. It was really nice. So we're going to do it again this year. And then I always pull my cards. Last year I pulled runes too to study. So it's always a nice night. And it'll be Sunday this year, so there'll be football.
Perfect.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for being here. And I will see you the next time in a couple of weeks for the new moon. Everybody take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.